morning, everyone. Welcome to the last of our chakra series. If you've joined us for the rest of the chakras, we have moved from the lowest chakra all the way on up. Last we explored the throat chakra and the third eye, and today we're going to work on the crown chakra. So my name is Kathy, and I'm happy to be here with you this morning, or whenever it is you might be joining us in your practice. So we're actually going to start today a little differently. We're going to lay on our bellies, extending your legs out long. Bend your elbows and grab opposite elbows with your hands. And then tip your chin to your chest and lower the head down onto the arms. You can also send your elbows wide and flatten your hands and just lay the crown of the head on your hands. Whichever version you're in, try to melt the shoulders and knit space under the arms down towards the earth. The tops of the feet resting on the earth. Maybe your feet are about hip distance apart. Relax your glute muscles. Close your eyes and just start to take those nice long yoga breaths in through the nose. Feeling the belly press into the earth. And then as you exhale slowly through the nose, allow the belly to come all the way towards the spine. Empty out all that stale air, holding the inhale at the top before exhaling, just even for a few seconds, can be very relaxing as well. So settle into this pose, into this different way to begin class, and I'll tell you a little bit about the crown chakra. So the crown chakra is the center for trust, devotion, inspiration, happiness, and positivity. It's the center for a deeper connection with ourselves and a deeper connection with the force of life that's greater than ourselves. It represents a 1,000-petal lotus flower. Just the thought of that makes me smile. There is serenity, joy, and deep peace about life when it's open. It's knowing that all of creation is interconnected at a fundamental level. The color represented by this crown chakra is violet. And a lot of the poses today, tree and warrior three and flipping our dog, are going to help extend the crown of the head forward and allowing the energy to flow through that chakra. I don't know when you're watching this, but I'm filming this during our pandemic. So this chakra brought home to me the reason we practice yoga is to try to put ourselves on our mat so we can put aside other worries, other things, and just give it over to that higher force. So today's practice is dedicated to that. Take about 10 more breaths, trying to melt a little deeper each time. Then just slowly roll over to your back. Do one more pose here before we start to come up. So on your back, you're going to lift your legs up towards the sky. Push the heels up and push the toes down. And then slowly lower the right leg to the earth. Extend your right hand up and try to grab the outside edge of your left foot. Now, if that's not accessible, you can grab your shin or your ankle or your toes. And then you're just going to take your left hand out to the side and just draw your left leg over to the right, just past your midline. So you should feel this in your left hip. Try to keep your left shoulder down. Just take 2 breaths here. Release that foot. Bring the right leg up to meet the left, and then lower the left leg. Extend your left hand up, reaching for the outside edge of the left foot, or the ankle or shin. You can even bend your knee a little bit to get that access. Right hand is extended out at 45 degrees to your right side. And then just slowly draw the right foot across your midline. Tilt your chin down. Feel that stretch in your leg. Just trying to ignite both sides of the brain. And release, bring your left leg up to meet the right, and then bend your knees, hug the knees into the chest, and roll forward and backward, making your way up to a seated position. Now you can be seated in cross legs, or perhaps you practice half lotus or full lotus. You're welcome to come into that. And we'll just wiggle around on the sits bones, flip your palms up on your bent knees. If you'd like the mudra, you can touch the forefinger and the thumb and lay the rest of the fingers open. And then just try to sit up nice and tall. You're trying to create some space in the torso without arching the head up towards the sky too far. You just want to feel like there's just a little string just pulling gently on the top of the head. Shoulders back and down. Throat is open, chest is open. 3 breaths. Slowly open the eyes, plant the hands off to the side so you can uncross the legs or come out of lotus and come to tabletop pose. Spread the fingers wide, extending the index finger straight ahead and then fanning the rest of the fingers around it. Then leaning slightly forward to feel the pads of all 10 fingers. Rock your hips from side to side, tops of the feet, maybe tap them. And then we'll move through cat-cows. Inhale, belly drops, heart lifts. Exhale, pull the belly into the spine, arch the back, drop the head, push into the hands and feet. Beautiful. Inhale, let your belly drop, tilt your pelvis, pull the heart up through the shoulders, lift the chin slightly, and then exhale, tuck and curl. 2 more. As you inhale, come to a neutral spine, and then send your right hand forward, thumb up. Extend your left foot back behind you, hip height, just stretching in opposite directions. Crown of the head is stretching forward. And you're welcome to take the bind, bending your back leg, reaching back for the foot, lifting off to the right side, turning the navel towards the sky, or keeping your gaze forward and lifting the leg. Inhale, stretch out long, and exhale, lower. Rocking the hips, shaking the left wrist out if it needs a release. Coming to stillness, inhale, left hand forward, thumb up. Exhale, right foot back. Heel pushes away, feeling the length in your leg. Keep it hip height, not too high or too low. Maybe even look back at it. Make sure it's coming right off the hip. And taking the bind on this side if you like. Inhale, stretch long. And exhale, release. Rock your hips side to side. And we'll just take a little bit of core work before we move on. So as you inhale, take your right knee out to the side. And then bring the foot up behind you, lift up, and then tuck the knee to the nose. Extend it out to the side, back, and tuck. 3 more. Out to the side, back and up, and tuck. We'll tap a lot of times the knee to the forehead. All right, and drop the right knee. Rock from side to side again, and we'll try that on the left. So as you inhale, lift the left knee out to the side, and then bring the foot back behind you up towards the sky. And then tuck the chin to the chest, tuck the knee to the nose or the forehead. And last one. And release the left knee. Curl the toes, press into the hands, lift the hips, and press back into downward facing dog. Beginning by walking the dog, bending one knee at a time, and working the opposite heel right down to the earth. Maybe you're at the point where your heels are resting on the earth. Then you're keeping them there as you push back, lifting the toes up. So always wanting to create space in down dog. Can be a restful pose, but can also be one that you work on extending in all parts of your body. So pushing back with your hands to extend the arms, pull the belly in towards the spine, chin is tucked, looking way back towards your navel, and the hips are pulling up away from the heels. So you're getting longer in the legs and the arms. It can feel pretty intense. And as you inhale, look at your hands. Exhale, walk the feet up to the hands. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, tuck into a forward fold. Chin to chest. Crown of the head stretches long towards the earth. Maybe there's a little bend in your knees, that's fine. Deciding if you'd like to keep your hands planted on the earth or wrap them behind you, grabbing opposite elbows so you can draw the crown of the head closer to the earth and the chin closer to the legs. You can also wrap them around the fronts of your legs and then grab opposite elbows and sway. Releasing the elbows as you inhale, come all the way up to center. Stretch the fingertips towards the sky. Let all 10 fingers touch. And then exhale, draw the hands together at heart center. So we're in mountain pose here. Mountain pose can be a very strong pose as well. Shoulders are back and down. Belly is pulled in, lower back is tucked. Trying to create space again in the legs, in the torso, and in the crown of the head as it reaches ever so slightly towards the sky. And we'll move through some sunnies with some side bends and a little twist at the back of the mat. So inhale, let your hands drop, sweep them up, interlace them at the top, flip the palms up, and then as you exhale, take a side bend to the right. Long, slow inhale brings you back to center, look up, heels of the hands press up, and then exhale to the left. Inhale back to center, keeping the bind as you look back behind you into a back bend. And then exhale, release the hands, forward fold. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold, plant your hands, step your feet back, and lower through chaturanga. So shoulders come up over the wrists. You either come down on your knees or stay on your toes as you lower. You can hover or land on your belly lightly. As you inhale, sweep up dog or cobra. And exhale, roll over the toes, down dog. And then walk your hands back. Take your right hand behind your left shin and reach your right hand up and over, crown of the head forward. Exhale, release. Take your right hand to the back of your left calf, and inhale the left arm up. Exhale, lower, walking back, down dog. Tuck the chin. And then look forward towards the hands, bend the knees, step, jump, or walk to the front of the mat. Inhaling to look up halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up to center. Exhale, mountain. Inhale, arms up. Interlace the fingers, flip the palms up. Exhale, side bend to the right. Trying to perhaps do the sun salutation, inhaling back to center with your eyes closed. Exhale to the left. Inhale back to center with the bind, back bend. Exhale, release the hands, sweep them wide as you forward fold. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold, plant the hands, feet step back, shoulders over, wrists lower down. Inhaling, sweeping forward, up dog. Crown of the head stretches way up and back. Exhale, down dog. Walk the hands back. Left hand behind the right calf. Inhale the left arm up. Put a little bend in your left knee so you can get a nice twist. Exhale, release, switch sides. Inhale, release, down dog. Look towards the hands, bend the knees, step, jump, or walk to the front of the mat. As you inhale, lift up halfway. Really stretch the crown of the head, flatten the back. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up to center. Exhale, palms to the heart. Keeping the eyes closed, we'll move through that one more time. Inhale up. Exhale, palms flip and over to the right. Inhaling to center. Exhaling left. Inhaling to center, back bend. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, peek up. Exhale, fold, hands plant, feet come back, lower down. Moving into our sun bees, inhale, look towards the hands. Exhale, bend the knees, step, jump, or walk to the front of the mat. Make sure the feet are lined up together, inner thighs are squeezing together, and then drop down into chair pose. So knees are bent. I keep my hands on the earth first just to keep your hips low, and then just sweep the arms up. Sending the hips back. You can bring the hands slightly forward if it allows your hips to go back further. Toes should be released up off the earth. They should be able to move. Exhale, straighten, forward fold. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold, plant your hands, step your feet back. Lower, chaturanga. Inhaling, up dog. Exhaling, down dog. Inhaling the right foot forward, pivot and plant your left foot. Come up to warrior one just for the inhale. And exhale, hands down. Step the left foot back, down dog. Then inhale the left foot forward, pivot and plant the right foot. Warrior one, inhale. Exhale, hands down. And now take chaturanga. Inhale, look forward towards your hands. Exhale, bend your knees. Step, jump, or walk to the front of the mat with the toes together. Inhaling to get a nice flat back. Lifting up for that half lift, and then bending the knees, dropping the hips, bringing the hands up. Chair pose. Shoulders are down. Heart is open. Squeezing the inner thighs together. Firing the breath up. Exhale, straighten, forward fold. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold, plant the hands, step the feet back, lower down. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, the right leg forward, bend the right knee, pivot and plant the left foot, come on up, warrior one. Exhale, hands around the right foot, step back, down dog, tuck the chin. Then inhale the left foot forward, pivot and plant the right foot, warrior one. Exhale, hands down, chaturanga. And from here, we'll take a water break or a towel off break, or just walk the dog a few times. Our first flow is rather long. It's got some strength and some balance. So we'll start with actually flipping the dog, if that's in your practice. If not, you can just hang out with the hip opener. So we'll be in down dog to start. As you inhale, pick your right leg up high,
Bend your right knee and drop that leg over to the left side. Stack your hips. Roll the right ankle around. And if you flip the dog, if that's in your practice, you're going to look down at the earth where that right foot can land, and then pivot your hips so the right foot can drop down to the earth. Both toes send to the back of the earth. As you inhale, lift the right arm up and overhead. Stretch it forward. Crown of the head as well. And then exhale. Right hand plants. Pivot on your feet so you can inhale the right leg up high. And then as you exhale, step it between the hands. Pivot and plant the left foot for Warrior One. So Warrior One, your hips are square to the front of the mat. Nice bend in your right knee, pushing into the opposite edge of your back foot. Inhaling the arms up, gaze is up. And then we'll come to eagle arms. So whatever leg is in the back is the arm that's on top. So our left leg is in the back, so the left arm is on top. Just wrap it around the right. Join the palms of the hands together, lifting the elbows, bending into the right knee and looking up. Releasing for Warrior Two. Just release the arms, stay bent into the right knee, pivot your back foot so it's square to the back of the mat. Beautiful, Sky Archer. Straighten the right knee, flip your right palm up and send it up and overhead as the left arm sneaks down the back leg. Exhale, extended side angle, bending into the right knee, set the right forearm gently on the right thigh, take the left hand up and over. You can also take your right hand to the earth, or you can bind if you like. Wherever you are, we're going to move to waterfall. So both hands are going to surround your right foot. Pivot on both feet and bump the left foot up part way. Both legs are straight. As you inhale, look up halfway and exhale, forward fold. Let the head drop towards the foot, releasing tension and energy through the crown of the head. Coming up for standing split. So hands walk a little forward, press into the right heel, drop the head, lift the left toes up. Beautiful. From standing splits, we'll come to tree pose. Fingertips first, and then allow that left foot to plant inside of the right leg. So tree pose is great for all the chakras because the root chakra can root down while the crown of the head stretches up. You can lift your chin slightly to open the throat chakra. Your gazeless gaze will keep the third eye chakra happy. You can always extend your arms out to cactus arms here. You can take a mudra. You can just keep your arms lifted. You can close your eyes. And then we're going to move to star pose from here. So your left knee comes forward and then step your left foot all the way to the back of the mat. I'm actually going to turn around. And you're going to inhale, take a back bend, and exhale into a forward fold. So from here, you have lots of options. We have a little bit of playtime here, several breaths. So you can take those side stretches so the left hand can plant on top of the right foot, and you can inhale the right arm up and over, or perhaps your right hand rests on the left foot and you inhale the left arm up and over. So whatever you do to one side, make sure you do to the other. You can interlace your hands, let the crown of the head drop down, squeeze the palms together, and lift the arms up and overhead, shaking the head out to release any tension. And as we play in this pose, as we go through this flow, you can continue to do what works for you, maybe even headstand. So I'm going to turn around so my feet are in the right position. And then walk your hands around your left foot on the back of the mat. Plant your hands and step your left foot back and take your chaturanga towards the back of your mat. Inhaling up dog and exhaling down dog. So we're going to take this flow on the other side facing the back of the mat just to keep the brain busy, working both sides of the brain. So as you inhale, your left leg will come up high behind you. Bending your left knee, look underneath you and stay right here. Or if you'd like to flip the dog, pivot on your right foot. So both sets of toes face away from you. Knees are bent to start, and then inhale, send the left arm up and over, maybe the legs straighten a little. Exhale, left hand down. Inhale, the left leg behind you. And as you exhale, step it between the hands. Pivot and plant your right foot. Warrior one. Couple of breaths here to position everything. Drop the shoulders. Tilt the pelvis down towards the earth. Pull the belly in. And then since the right leg is in the back, the right arm will wrap around for eagle arms. Look up. Squeeze the shoulders together. Exhale, open warrior two, pivoting on the right foot, watching that left knee, making sure it's right over the left ankle, and moving the legs apart if you need to. Inhale, straighten the left leg. I always have to help this one. Sky archer. Exhale, extended side angle. Waterfall. Both hands around the left foot, pivot on both feet so they face the back of the mat. Inhale, lift up nice and tall, and then exhale, fold over the left shin. Tuck the chin to the chest, feel the length in your left hip, and even pull that left hip back a little, and you'll feel a little juicier stretch. Standing splits, pressing into the left foot, extend the right leg up as your head drops. Climbing up to the fingertips, we'll move that right foot inside the left leg for tree pose. Calming the breath here, stretching the crown of the head towards the sky, feeling long and feeling rooted through the left heel. And then left knee comes to the center as you step your right foot to the back of the mat, inhaling to center and exhaling into a forward fold. I still want to have my back to you, so I'm going to keep turning in that pose, but you face whatever direction is working for you. And then spend several breaths in your play pose, whichever is going to help you stretch the crown of the head, open the energy centers. Perhaps you want to try a little headstand here. Or just headstand prop, making a basket for the crown of the head, elbows tucked in, just maybe lifting up, getting light on the toes, or walking the feet back behind you and coming up to headstand. And lifting up to center, we'll turn towards the front of the mat this time, pivoting the toes and stepping back for chaturanga. So when we're on the right side, we'll be facing the front of the mat, left side facing the back. Inhale, right leg up high, bend the right knee, maybe flip the dog. Exhaling to rotate. Inhale the right leg high, and as you exhale, step it between the hands. Pivot and plant your left foot, warrior one. Left arm wraps around the right on top. Flip the sides of the left hand towards the front as you inhale, lift the elbows, lift your gaze. And then exhale, open warrior two. Right knee is bent. Left leg is straight and strong. Belly is tucked in. Inhale, sky archer. Exhale, extended side angle. Straightening the right knee, both hands around the right foot. Pivot your left toes, bump them up. Inhale, lift up, crown of the head stretches tall. Exhale, crown of the head towards the right foot. Bowing in, keeping the belly pulled in. Feeling really cognizant of your core, of your navel here. And then moving into standing splits. Inhaling to the fingertips, transitioning to tree pose.
Left knee comes to center, hands come to the heart. Pivot on your right foot and step your left foot to the back of the mat for star. Inhaling the arms up and exhaling forward fold. Taking this opportunity to do some stretches, some opposite foot stretches. Really, again, being cognizant of the crown of the head. Maybe just walk your feet way apart. Interlace your hands and drop your head. And then moving your hands around the foot at the back of the mat, pivot on both feet, step that foot back to meet the other and lower down. Inhaling into up dog. Exhaling down dog. Inhale, left leg high, bend the left knee, flip the dog, or just stack the hips. Exhale back over as you inhale the left leg up high, and then exhale, step it between the hands, pivoting your right heel down, pressing into both feet and lifting up strong, warrior one. Right arm on top, eagle arms. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, sky archer. And exhale, extended side angle. Wherever you are in that extended side angle, the navel is lifting up towards the sky. Waterfall, both hands around your back foot. Straighten your legs. Not back foot, but the front foot that's in the back of the mat. And then lowering down, waterfall. Belly stays tucked in, chest stays lifted, don't dump down. Just stretch down. And then standing splits. Tree. And star. Forward fold. And your time. Another option are the tiger lunges to the front and the back of the mat, where you bend into the front knee, lifting the back toes up, hands at heart center or resting on the earth. It's another option for this time. And when you've had enough, walk your hands around your front foot, step it back, and lower down. Inhaling to sweep the heart forward. Really arch the back, feel the crown of the head stretch, and then exhale, down dog. We'll go through that flow one more time on each side. As you inhale, the right leg up high, bend the right knee, drop it over to the left, flipping the dog if you wish. Exhaling to flip back, inhaling, lifting the right leg high. As you exhale, step it forward, pivot and plant your left foot, warrior one. So the left toes are 45 degrees, so you can keep your left hip pushing forward, right hip back. Hips are square, belly is lifted, shoulders are relaxed, gaze is soft, fingers are soft. Left arm around the right. Eagle arms. Exhale, open, warrior two. Keep the belly tucked in. Inhale, sky archer. Exhale, extended side angle. Waterfall. Remember, pushing that right hip back will really extend the stretch in the right hip. Standing splits. Tree. The advantage of practicing at home is maybe you have a view out your window. Today it's blue skies, tree buds. Star pose. Forward fold. And hands surround your foot in the back of the mat. And step that foot back and take chaturanga. Next, inhale, lift your left leg, bend it over to the side, flipping the dog. Exhale, back to center. Inhale it back behind you, the left leg, and then step it forward. Pivot and plant the right heel. Warrior one. Bringing that right hip forward to engage the back leg even further. Soft gaze and fingertips. And then right arm on top of the left as you wrap the arms up. Lift the fingertips tall towards the sky. Exhale, open to warrior two. So pivot on your right foot. Make sure it's extended far enough back so your left knee is centered right over your left ankle. Arms extend, belly tucks in, left knee is open. And then moving to sky archer, straightening your left knee, sending your right arm down your back leg, and inhaling the left arm up and over. Exhale, bend into your left knee, extended side angle. Waterfall. Both hands around your front foot as you pivot on both feet and step the back foot up a little bit as you inhale, lift up, pull the right hip forward and then lower over the left leg. Left hip is back. Standing splits. Lifting to tree. Keeping that right knee way open to the side. Shoulders relax, heart is lifted, head is lifted slightly. Breath is long and full. This is the time to come back to the breath. And then right knee forward, hands to the heart, step the foot back for star. Inhaling the arms up and exhaling into a forward fold. Last opportunity to stretch or do whatever, some twists. If you haven't incorporated any twists, this would be a good time to do it so the crown of the head can start to release again some of that energy. And then walk your hands around your front foot, pivot on both feet, step that front foot to the back of the mat, and take a nice strong chaturanga.
Good time for a water break as we get ready to settle into a 2-minute, well, not settle, but move into a 2-minute plank. With the help of my timer, I realize since I've been doing these 2-minute planks every day now instead of just once a week or twice a week, that I can get to the point where I kind of know when Alexa's going to tell me it's time to stop. So, Alexa, 2-minute timer, please.
2 minutes.
So from down dog, inhale, bring the shoulders over the wrists, push the heels away from you, pull the navel in, pull the kneecaps up into the knees. So nice strong legs, flat back, so no bottom sticking up. Lower your hips a little bit. Looking down between your hands, pushing the earth away, and then trying to lengthen the breaths. Even as this gets harder, keeping the breath soft will keep everything more in line. Crown of the head is stretching forward. Just feeling the energy in the hands, in the feet, in the legs, in the belly. Turning the elbows in towards each other. If you're shaking, that's good. It means you're building pressure, building stamina. Should be about 5 more breaths. Alexa, stop. Bend your knees, walk them out to opposite sides of the mat. Let your arms stretch out long and sink the head down for child's pose. Hips go back towards the heels, fingers stretch out. This should feel really good in the shoulders. Tenting the fingers too and pulling isometrically back. Releasing with some cleansing breaths in through the nose. Sigh out. Take another one, inhale deeply. Exhale, sigh. Beautiful. Couple more breaths here in child's pose. Maybe roll around on the crown of the head a little bit, side to side. Ironing out any tension in the forehead. And then come on up to tabletop. Maybe a couple more cat-cows just to kind of release anything you have going on. Actually, they feel really good for the belly and the back. And then curling the toes, coming back to down dog. We're going to move into our final flow, starting in crescent warrior. So we'll take a little knee to the nose. So as you inhale, pick your right leg up high. As you exhale, bring the shoulders over the wrists and tuck the knee right into the nose. Inhale it back behind you. And as you exhale, step it between the hands. Stay on the ball of the left foot and come on up to crescent warrior. So we'll be taking some dips here. And we're going to dip by bending the right knee and lowering the left leg a little bit more. Then pushing into the right heel, coming up. And you can probably go much lower than me, but I'm just going to move slowly and carefully. And then plant your hands around the front foot for runner's lunge. So just wiggle your left toes back a little further if you can. Pull the belly and the hips forward. Nice stretch. And then we'll transition here to half moon. So walk your right hand forward. You'll have to straighten your right leg to bump the left leg up a little. And then plant the right hand, push into the right heel, lift your left foot up and lift your left arm up. Turn and gaze at the left hand. Now push your left heel back a little bit away from you to find that stability. So you might be up on the right fingertips. Crown of the head is stretching forward. Revolve the moon, plant your left hand, pivot a little bit on your right heel, point your left toes down and inhale the right arm up. Look up. Again, pushing the left heel a little bit back, changing the center of gravity. And we'll come up for airplane. So keeping the left leg up behind you, just lift off. Now move back a little bit. Moving to warrior 3. Standing splits. And chaturanga. Inhale the left leg up. Exhale, knee to nose, shoulders come forward, tuck it in. Ooh. Inhale it behind you. Exhale, step it between the hands. Stay on the ball of the right foot. And come on up, crescent warrior. The belly is lifted, the navel's tucked in, crown of the head is stretching towards the sky, feeling nice and strong. And then bend the left knee and sink down a little bit. Inhale back up. A few more of those. So you're really pushing into the front heel when you're dipping. Back toes are strong. And then hands surround the left foot. Runner's lunge. Keep the belly lifted, but pull the hips forward. Get a nice stretch in that back leg. And then move into half moon. So straighten the left knee. Walk your left hand forward. Plant it. Turn your right toes to the side. Lift your right leg. Then push the right heel back a little bit. Maybe you come up on the left fingertips. Right arm comes up. Gaze is up. Couple of breaths here. Next, exhale, revolve, right hand down, right toes down, inhale the left arm up. Airplane. My airplane is banking on a turn. Chest is forward. Warrior 3. Standing splits. And chaturanga. Step the right foot back, step the left foot back, shoulders over wrists. Hug the elbows in, lower down with control, either right to the belly or hover. Inhale, lifting the heart, shoulders back towards the hips, and then exhale, down dog. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale it behind you. Exhale, step it forward. Crescent warrior. Dipping. Runner's lunge. So try to keep that right knee right above the right ankle. Just bring the belly forward. Beautiful. Half moon. Look back, make sure that leg is hip height, and then revolve. Left hand is down. I have to pivot a little bit on my right foot. Left toes are down, gaze is up at the right hand, really opening the heart and the navel towards the right side. Standing splits. Oh, sorry, half moon. You can come to standing splits first if you like.
Then come up to airplane. Chest forward, arms extended. Warrior three. Standing splits. Chaturanga.
Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale it back. And exhale, step it forward, crescent warrior.
Those 4 to 5 dips. Runner's lunge. Half moon.
Revolve. Airplane.
Some days the balance is there, and some days it's a little more intense. Warrior three. Standing splits. Chaturanga.
And we'll go through that one more time without the dips, just kind of a quick little last burst of intensity as you inhale the right leg up, exhale knee to nose, inhale it behind you, exhale step it forward, crescent warrior, exhale runner's lunge, half moon, take an extra breath in each of the balance poses. Revolve. Airplane.
Warrior three. Standing splits.
Chaturanga. Inhale, pick your left leg up. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale it long behind you. Exhale, step it forward. Crescent warrior.
Runner's lunge. Half moon. Revolve.
Standing splits. Oh, I always want to put that in, don't I? Airplane.
Maybe it's just a natural transition to get up into the balancing poses. Warrior three. Now standing splits.
And last strong chaturanga. Pretend it's the first one. And just bend your knees and drop down to your knees. Drop your elbows so you're on your forearms. Interlace your hands. Tuck the crown of the head right into the basket you make with your hands. We'll come up for dolphin pose. So press into your elbows and your forearms. You're on your toes behind you, knees are bent and down. And then just press into the toes and lift the legs up. Walk the feet towards the hands. And if you want to come up to headstand, feel free. Maybe just lift a set of toes just to see what it feels like. Staying right here in dolphin pose is great as well. Hips are lifted high. And then slowly walk your toes away from you, bend your knees, let them come to the earth. Slowly release some of the tension in the head as you lift the head up. Slowly plant your hands, sit down on one hip or the other, and swing your legs around. I'm going to finish before we calm things down with a little bit of boat. So a boat is good for the crown of the head as well, to just be cognizant. So knees are bent. Heels are tucked in close to the body, and the belly is pulling up towards the thighs. So you're trying to keep your back kind of straight. Sitting on your sits bones, you may lean back just a little bit. And then you can take your hands behind your legs and lift one set of toes at a time. So you will lean back a little bit, but once you get your balance, pull the belly forward towards the thighs. Now you're welcome to stay here or straighten the legs, but you will need to release them. So we're just going to interlace your hands and just take a twist to the right and try to touch the left elbow down to the earth. Now mine won't even come, so maybe aim for the hips. And then reverse, right elbow towards the left hip. Inhaling to center, trying to keep the body still, only rotating from the hips. If you have a block or something, you can, hold that and try to touch to the sides. That's what we usually do when we're in the studio and have the props. And then release back to center, open the arms, lift the heart. And then bend your knees, plant your feet, grab opposite elbows, tuck the chin, lower the head. And release, walk your feet out long. Hands are alongside of your body, fingers pointing towards your feet. You're going to press into the hands, lift the hips for reverse plank. Now don't throw your head back. Just bring your chin back enough where you can still feel the throat muscles engaged. Exhale, lower. Inhale, back up. Head back just slightly. Exhale, lower. And this time we'll come up and hold to the head. We'll come back a little bit more. Come on up, plant the feet, head slowly drops. And exhale, lower. Flex the toes and just walk the hands forward. So we'll come into a nice forward fold. Crown of the head stretches towards the feet. Any distance, you can come down. There's no judging in yoga. So wherever your body leads you today. And then when you're to your edge, tuck your chin right to your chest and let the forehead just come down towards the earth. So maybe you're here, letting your head hang heavy. Keep that belly tucked in wherever you are. We'll take about 6 breaths here. And lifting up slowly, bend your knees, slide your legs behind you, and come to your belly. So locust pose is another good way to open up the crown chakra to allow the fourth release. Picturing with your eyes closed that color violet, that 1,000-petal lotus flower, interlacing your hands behind your back, squeezing the palms together.
On an inhale, we're going to lift the chest, the belly, and the legs up. So inhale, lift up, squeeze the knuckles towards the feet. Broaden the shoulders and the chest. Keep your eyes closed. Exhale, lower down. Release the palms up towards the sky. Lay on one cheek or the other. Melt the shoulders forward. And then chin comes back to center, so we can come up one more time into locust pose. Interlace the fingers behind you. Squeeze the palms together. Inhale, lift up. Shoulders back. Lift your legs a little higher. And exhale, lower to the other cheek. Palms up, shoulders melt. Moving into our final resting pose, I encourage you to allow the Shavasana to be on your belly again, with your elbows extended out wide, hands on top of each other, chin tilted and crown of the head resting on the hands. Just doing that little scan of the body, noticing what feels differently now that you've practiced for this hour on your mat. Maybe you feel the breath flowing through the body a little bit deeper, envisioning the color violet and the lotus flower as you settle into your final rest. So you can also lay on one cheek or the other here. You can move your hands out of the way, rest the chin or a cheek down on the mat. This feeling connected to the earth is a different way in Shavasana. Relax your shoulders, relax your glute muscles, and take rest. Knowing you can stay in this final resting pose as long as you wish, while I come up and close class in the normal way, except with lotus hands. So I'm going to bend all my fingers so the fingertips touch, releasing the middle 3 fingers, keeping the thumbs and the pinky fingers connected. So bending those fingers towards each other, this lotus pose. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. The light in me honors the light, love, and energy in all of you. Namaste.